Hey everybody, welcome back. Another update. It's really cold outside, 2 degrees here. That's Fahrenheit. So we're going to move inside, and there's some things that we're going to take care of before we do more sanding. And so I'll show you some of those parts that we're going to be working on. So one of those pieces is the rear bumper here. We have the white on it, as you can see, and we showed you that this is just this area here, and then we're going to sand this down. I'm fixing some pinholes here, and then we have to mount the grills inside of here, so we're going to have to make some mounting brackets that will go on the back side so that we can mount all of these 3D printed grills. And then one of the other things we have to do, we started with some of our 3D printed pieces where we started doing the body work on them. So we'll get those prepared, and then we'll do glazing putty, and then we'll shoot it with primer, and then hopefully we'll shoot it with some color, and then this can go on the engine cover. That's what these guys are. So before I do any sanding on the upper part here, what I want to do is I want to mask off this white piece. It's a little lumpy and bumpy too, so we're going to wet sand that to get it down before we actually shoot a clear coat on the whole thing. But that's after we prepare this part, and then we shoot this one black. So we'll shoot that black, keep this this side covered up. We'll then go wet sand the whole thing, and then I'll shoot it with some clear. And then we can pretty much call this guy done. So that should be pretty nice. So put down a little fine line tape. It's pretty easy stuff to get. It's kind of a plasticky type of tape. So just put that down to define where I want the white and where I want the black. So now we'll mask up the rest. So now we've got it all masked up, and I'm doing a little hand sanding to really get this thing flat. So when we paint it black, it doesn't look like complete and utter garbage. The nice thing going for us though is that we have lots of angles and not a whole lot of area that will show any imperfections. So anyway, we'll do the best we can, and we'll see how she turns out. Well, in awesome Colorado style, it's warmed up to about 50 degrees from like 2 this morning or 4. So we went ahead and we sanded down the rear bumper, and I shot it with some satin black. So let's take a look. And there she is. So it's looking pretty nice. Got a hair there. But you know, the nice thing about having snow on the ground is it keeps the dust down. So apparently it doesn't keep the hairs down. But yeah, we'll take care of that later, because we do have to give it a final sand, that and the white, before we actually clear the whole thing. So yeah, I think it's looking really nice. So anyway, I'm going to inspect it, make sure I got all the spots, give it that final touch up, and then we'll let it dry out here in the sun. That's the beauty about our sun, is that it's gets really warm when you're standing in it. I'm standing out here without a sweatshirt on, and it's just because the sun is so intense up here. So anyway, it's looking pretty good. So we'll check back when we pull the tape off. So now we've taken the tape off, and ta-da! There she is. That's our rear bumper. Some satin black and white and Arctic white. So I think it turned out really well. I'm pretty pleased with it. It's not going to win any awards at any shows, but I think it looks great. It's going to look really nice on the car. So can't wait to get the grills mounted in it, and then get it onto the car, and then start putting all the other pieces on with a nice finish. But we have one thing less to do. That's to wet sand it and then clear coat it. So that will be coming soon. Anyway, thanks for watching. Really appreciate you guys following us along on this journey. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And leave some comments. Let me know what you think of the two-tone. So the next two-tone part we're going to do is the diffuser. So we're going to ghost carbon that, and then we're going to paint each fin with a stripe of white. So we'll see how that turns out. So stay tuned.